If I decide that I've been in that boat.
Okay, get out the boat. Get back on this boat.
No, I had a job.
And you quit it.
And no, I didn't. I resigned.
That's quitting.
It's not quitting. Quitting is I can't do the job. Resigning is I give my job back to you. I don't want it no more. No, that's the difference. I have no problem with somebody quitting the job.
So, because it was killing you.
It's
So
killing
why
me.
did you apply to the same job again?
Let's begin now.
Got my first job at Comcast. You was charging me $300 a month. Okay, what were you doing with that $300?
You got some daggone trust issues.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I'm going to tell you something. You can't.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Y'all was in there shopping together.
Do not get married.
Well, I'm Mike. This is my beautiful mom, Linda.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I am Mike Banks. This is my beautiful mom,
Whoa,
Linda.
you gave your first and last name.
Oh.
Hey, y'all.
And this is my sister to the far left, Shannon Shanae. And today's a somber day here in Baltimore. Ravens lost.
And still go Ravens. Yay.
But congratulations to them on a great year. And we'll be back next year.
Back next year. So, how was your... What did you just do?
I'm trying to spit out my cake.
Oh, well, we're just going to keep that on. You know, sometimes there are bloopers on the shows. How was your week?
My week was fine.
Just fine?
Yeah, went by pretty fast, actually.
How was your Sunday?
Sunday
I
fun day.
did go to the game. Went to church first. Went to the game. It was fun.
And how did you
I've
get
been
in?
Family friend.
Family friend got
No,
you
you
in?
got You got in because of me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, because that morning I was again invited to go to the game, and I said, Mikey wants to go. Call him.
Oh.
Take him and Timmy.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's my third game this year.
It is?
Yeah. Dorian took me to the first game. He had an extra ticket.
And well, not in this year, but in the football season.
This season, right.
Okay.
Reggie took me to the second game. He had a free ticket. And then Shannon.
Oh, neat.
I will say this, though. It was fun.
It was.
Yeah,
Which one was the most fun?
This one.
This game was the most fun?
I will say that yesterday, as I was sitting in the house, I was just like, I should have went. Yeah. I should have went. But then I looked outside and I saw, because it didn't look like as bad as they said it was going to be outside. And then when I looked at the weather, it wasn't raining in Baltimore. It was like drizzling where we live. And I was like, dang, I should have went.
Yeah, it was electric. Like, you stand up the whole time.
For real.
Yeah, it wasn't an empty seat in there. It was fun.
So you didn't have a seat?
No, yeah, I'm saying it wasn't an empty seat.
Oh, you said you stayed up the whole time.
Well, yeah, I mean, because everybody just watching the game. It was one of them games.
It was like so electrifying, so exciting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah!
It was just an important game, so everybody just on their feet.
Right. When did they sit down?
When it was time to leave. Right, it was time to leave.
Did y'all know, well, you didn't know, but were you watching it on TV?
Yeah, I was watching
Did you see how, like, it's like everybody was gone, like, not one soul was left in that building when they were all just, like, out there on the field talking?
Oh, they didn't want to hear that when they was getting
Yeah.
I was still there.
You were still there? You was watching them?
I mean, that's kind of like getting off an airplane. Like, when the plane
Yeah,
lands,
you
everybody
don't
just
feel
jump
like
up.
it,
I'm not about to just leave when everybody leaves at the same time, all this commotion. And, I'm going to sit still. And I met some Chiefs fans.
Some who?
Oh, okay, what they
Chiefs.
said.
Oh, Chief fans.
How were they?
I congratulated them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all you could do.
Could have did more.
This joke.
Could have been ignorant. T-Pain did the halftime show. Was that a show? If you were there, was that really a show?
I didn't see it.
They don't show it on TV.
Oh, they didn't? Oh, okay.
No, they don't. No.
What was he singing?
He wasn't. First of all, he wasn't.
Oh.
He was lip syncing the whole time.
Oh, okay.
He probably did about 7 hooks.
Was it because auto-tunes was really how he...
Well, yeah, he say he has a real good voice.
He does have a real good
So
voice.
in halftime, in the regular seasons, they have a show and don't show us on TV?
Yeah.
What in the world is that about?
Is that every...
Yeah.
It's every game?
Oh, is that the cheerleaders out there cheering?
No, it's a different... Well, when I went, it was a different show every time.
Really?
Wow. I wonder if we can get to do a segment one year.
On
Oh,
halftime.
that's cute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty hard, though, to rock a crowd like that. Nobody's paying any attention, really.
Oh, no. They're going to pay me some attention. Well, they might not pay you none. But I got this. So, it's pretty hard to rock a crowd when they're not paying you no attention. Is that how you feel?
Oh, it is. Nobody's
But somebody's going to pay. I mean,
I
if you don't want to go, we're going to just have an empty seat for you.
I
Where's
got
Mike? Up there.
I got you.
That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to talk about, or we're going to try to talk about something. We'll see how this goes. I'll introduce the conversation, and we'll go from there, and just hope for the best.
Should we hold hands and pray now?
We probably should, because it's turned into a real heated debate on the phone one night. I don't know why. Yes, it did.
I don't remember.
Of course.
Of course.
So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about dreams, goals, ambitions, and what I want to accomplish and what he wants to accomplish. And his advice to me was to go find a girl, have a baby, have a family, and that will increase my hustle. It'll make me work harder.
So no, it wasn't first come love, then comes marriage.
Let's go get some. Let's go.
It was first get the baby carriage.
Get the baby. And I thought that was the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I do too. Now you put it that way.
But the bigger conversation that we were having, we being my friend and I, was that how I feel like having kids at the wrong time can be a distraction. And his point was that kids can be a motivating or inspiring factor for you to keep going. And I agree with the point, but I stand firmly on my side. So I brought this conversation to my mother and my sister, because I think it's a good family topic about, telling your kids about not just sex, but, when's the right time to have a child, X, Y, and Z, and not because they had children young themselves, but they're also parents, and they have children. So, and I've never had the conversation about, one, sex, or having babies and having a family. So, here we are.
Now that he does phrase it a little different.
That's exactly, no,
it's not exactly.
And I don't think your intent was,
Right.
I don't think it was
That
a
is
bad
not
intent.
how you did it.
But the reason why, even though we probably still would disagree with him on his part
Yeah,
B.
because he just said he agreed with him, but then he still stand on his part. That didn't even make sense.
What I disagree with, first of all, is that he's telling you to go and create a baby.
Right.
Not to go and start a family. That's a totally different. A baby does not necessarily make your hustle. Your family should make your hustle stronger, right? So that's where he dropped the ball in his instruction. And I think that's what we thought you were saying, that you shouldn't go out and have a family.
I disagree with that point too, though.
I mean, I know. That's why I said part B. Part B, we're still going to be in disagreement, but I feel like he should be encouraging you to start a family. A family it has been proven that families with two parents fare better financially because they are a family and there's more to work for. You're not just working for yourself. So if you look at households with two parents and they're raising children, they do tend to make more money. So he's not wrong. He's just wrong in the way in which you should go about it, which is just go get a girl pregnant, you know, and have a baby so the baby can make you. If that baby isn't even living with you, the baby.
So you never see the baby.
Yeah, you might not ever see the baby, depending on how you and the woman's relationship go. And the baby is not in your household. So the baby doesn't really. Typically, the baby isn't in the man's household. So the baby doesn't occupy most of your time or expenses. You just buying a few things here and there.
Or trying to duck out paying child support.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's not. You're just offering child support. That's not an incentive to make your hustle.
Okay, put a bookmark in child support. I want to come back to that.
Okay, all right.
But I understand what you're saying. Do you have anything to add to what she said?
No, she did perfectly well.
Okay, well, I
unless you say something that
we'll go with your larger point, that not just having a baby but having a family. I disagree with that too. But I want to start from the.
Why you disagree with it?
Why do I disagree with having a family can make you? Well, I don't disagree with it in principle. I think having it at the wrong time can be a distraction. That's what I think. I think getting a girlfriend at the wrong time can be a distraction. Not just having a family. It can be anything you're doing that can steer you away from what you're trying to accomplish can be a distraction.
So how do you be disciplined enough not to be distracted? Because sometimes in life you're going to be juggling more than one thing. And if this is something this is a goal, and if you know you can't date or whatever, or have a time because you're gonna be distracted, then fine, don't do it. But sometimes you are juggling more than one thing. Where is your discipline at to make it happen?
The discipline is not, for me, I'm speaking for me. The discipline is not entertaining it.
Okay.
Or not doing it. And, okay. That's just...
That don't make sense to you either?
No, it does.
Oh, okay. I thought you heard it once it came out.
No.
Okay.
You don't understand what I'm saying?
I understand. It doesn't make any sense.
How does not doing it
The discipline and
not doing it?
the discipline that makes
You're
sense.
disciplining yourself by not starting a family. That's the discipline to make sure you maintain your hustle.
But whatever the it is, I'm disciplining myself to not allow distractions to come in. So I'm not dating women.
You could not allow.
I'm not entertaining any women right now because I'm focused on something. I'm not. My spending habits could be different. It could be anything. We just talking about the family aspect. So no, I'm not going out there looking for a girlfriend or creating a family right now because I'm disciplined right now in this where I don't have time to lend my energy to anything else. That's the discipline I'm talking about.
So how do you
Does
know
that make
when you can step out?
It doesn't. Okay, go ahead.
Now you know when you can step out of this discipline thing to be.
When I can afford it. When you can afford it. That's what I think.
Okay.
And not.
So you're talking about
I'm
monetary
not just financially, but
Yeah.
that plays a part in it too.
Okay.
But when
your mind is you know that your mind is not going to shift, you are so focused and dedicated to making this a priority that you know that anything else that come into the fold, you still are obligated no matter what to make this happen.
right, and then whatever comes in, since we're talking about family, then if the girl or the baby comes in, well, the girl comes with the baby, of course, but the wife comes in, they have to be on board with what's going on, like, so they're not a distraction to what we're trying to do.
Baby ain't gonna be on board. Baby will come out like he wants to be
on board.
I'm talking about the girl.
Okay.
Yes, but that's so the reason why I don't understand when you say the discipline, that conversation, is because just because you think you're disciplining yourself by not engaging doesn't mean that you're disciplined. That just means that you're not engaging. That doesn't mean you've disciplined yourself to be focused on your goal. You're just not engaging this. You could be doing something else that's also creating a distraction.
Why do you do that? I said that. I said not just, it could be anything.
I know. So that's my point. My point is that just because you...
He was like, why do you do that? Why?
She's making the same point I just made.
No, I think that I think we're saying the difference is this. Just because you don't start a family does not mean you're disciplined.
That's what she's saying.
I agree with that.
But you don't, mon frere. You just said the discipline is not starting the family.
So I think what he's trying to say is that he's disciplined in doing what he's doing now to create what he needs to be created, but he knows that he is not disciplined enough to start a family right now because it will draw him away from the discipline that he's given to this project right now.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
That is what he's saying.
No.
Oh,
Well,
that's not
kind of what I'm saying.
Okay. I think that is what you're saying.
I'm not disciplined enough to not start a family.
No, you're not. Your discipline comes from not engaging in things that will distract you from your goal. That's the discipline that you're saying. Right, I got you. But I don't want to harp on that point because I think we'll confuse the listeners.
Y'all confusing me.
Yeah, I got what you're saying, but all I was saying is that you can still be distracted.
Oh yeah.
By other things.
Well, we know that.
But when you just said the woman has to jump on board, again, you are prioritizing your occupation or your goals over your family because she shouldn't have to jump on board.
He's talking about when he brings somebody into his life.
Right.
They got to know that this is what he's doing, what he's working, whatever. It's just the same way if she's got something that she's doing. You got to be, I think what you're trying to say, you're not compromising what you're doing to do something else.
Right.
That's what I think he's saying. I'm not compromising all of this right now to do X, Y, and Z over here. When I know it's going to take me from what I'm creating right here, which would be better for us in the long run.
So let me just ask the question: do you think having kids at the wrong time can be a distraction?
Well, if anything,
We're talking about because his advice was kids.
Okay.
So do you think having kids at the wrong time can be a distraction?
Well, it all depends.
Or at any time. Do you think having kids can be a distraction for what you're trying to accomplish?
It can be a distraction for people, or it cannot be a distraction. It could be a help. It could. Maybe someone's a distraction. Clearly you see in the world that it is a distraction for some. Clearly you see in the world that some people shouldn't have kids. Clearly you see in the world that it made someone else do something different. it helped them to grow and become a better person.
This,
so it could go both ways.
This is what I see predominantly in life, is that you have a baby young, and part of being a parent is that your life is no longer solely about you. It's you got another.
Which is a good thing.
Is it? I'm sure. It's not solely about you anymore. You have another human being to take care of. And sometimes you can get stuck. That's how you get caught in that rat race of what I call the rat race of America. Because now the child is a quote unquote distraction, so to speak. Because maybe I wanted to pursue something, a career that it can still be done, but it may take me longer. I'll say that. So it's not impossible now because I have a kid. It just may be a little bit more difficult, which in turn sometimes causes people to stop. So, especially if you're a single mother, because now you got the kid full time and whatever the case is. So now I'm not chasing after my dreams anymore because I have a little one to take care of. I gotta help him figure his life out, or him or her, whoever it is. I gotta help him figure out what he want to do and raise him and take care of him. So I gotta go to work, take care of the family, take care of the bills, and raise my child. I'm not even thinking about what I wanted to be when I grow up no more.
Right.
Because now I have a kid.
So you wanted to be a father when you grew up.
See, all right. See, these are the family. No, these are the family talks that you need to have with your children.
And if they so happen to have a child, that doesn't mean, like you said, that doesn't mean they have to. You don't want to give people hope. Because you have a child does not mean you have to. Yeah, it's true. The grind might change. Things might be doing a little different. You can't go to school. You can't do this. But it's not the end of the world, and you still can make your dreams and goals a reality. It still can happen.
I agree.
It might take some time.
I don't think a child is a roadblock. I think it's a speed bump.
Okay, but sometimes you need some speed bumps to get over.
I'll speak to that for me. Go ahead.
No, I'm about to say I don't want that speed bump.
Yes,
but you don't have it.
But I'm gonna try to tell you. What I'm just gonna say is that I am thankful for my 5 speed bumps. Because
they're not speed bumps.
I'm just trying to play into his thing. I am grateful, and this is why. Because what I wanted to pursue was being an actress. Everybody knows this. And the person who I am today is not the person who I was then. Like, I don't know what I would have been caught up in had I pursued acting at that time in my life. So my speed bumps really allowed me to grow into this person who I wouldn't trade in for the world. I don't know that I would have become who I am today if they weren't here, because I was ambitious. I was ambitious. I was going to leave here and go and pursue a life to be an actress in this world that I really didn't know what to expect. But it's not like I wasn't a worldly person. I was going to clubs. I mean, I didn't do drugs. I didn't do anything crazy. You know what I mean? But I was still not living proper. And we don't know what that would have led to.
What you got caught up in.
Yeah, yep. I have no idea what I got caught up in. And if I just be honest with you, I can't sit here and honestly say, oh, no, I wouldn't have done that. I don't know how desperate I would have been. I could have been one of the Me Too people, for all we know. I have no idea the desperation I would have had to pursue this goal. So I get what you're saying. Yes, they will slow you down. But for me, it wasn't like, and for me, it wasn't like, oh, I will never be a star. I just didn't think about that. It didn't cross my mind to even think like that. And then when I felt the acting bug bite me again, I went into classes. I did it twice. I would go to New York. You remember I go to New York every weekend. And then being in New York every weekend, I did it twice, made me realize this is not where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be home with my family. I'm not supposed to be here. So I did pursue it.
What do you mean home with your family? Why?
Because it was taking I desired to be there than to pursue a dream.
See,
but she just said she is grateful for her family because that dream could have led her down a dark path.
Right, but
what, you gonna say you don't know? If that's her gut feeling.
But the same way she don't know where she would have been.
No, that's my knowing.
Right.
That is my knowing. I don't know what that dark path would have looked like, but I know, Mikey, for a fact, just knowing the fact that when I tell y'all, I'm like, I don't, even though I believed in Jesus, I don't know if I was saved. I just don't know. And I'm trying to tell y'all, I wasn't even doing no raunchy craziness. But just understanding the difference between how I was living then and how I see life now is totally different. So
because you're a parent.
They were like my rescue. So it's like, we're being redeemed. So yes, I had babies in sin, right? Not the right way. I'm not even gonna put quotes up. Not the right way, but they were a part of my redemption story as well. Because without them, possibly I wouldn't have this insight, this wisdom that I have now. Because I was pursuing
something different.
Right, and that's where
Because you said our life is. He said we can be me, or you can do you.
You can solely it's like now you have to it's not solely about you. And I said that's a good thing, and that's what I mean. Right. That's a good thing that my interests aren't just to serve myself.
And life is not about ours.
Yeah, it's not about us. We
kids
are here
or
to
no
serve.
Kids or no kids. Our life isn't solely about us. I mean, I had Shannon when I was 17. I'm glad. I'm telling you, when Shannon came along, that was one of the most joyful times of my life. I'm serious. I was just like, woo. I mean, I had somebody to love. I continued to school. I got my job and everything, and I did my part. But it's not, a setback or anything like that. I wouldn't give it up for the world. Did I want to do this or did I want to do this? I maybe want to do something else, but where I'm at now in my life and who I am, and sure, I've had some setbacks along the way. I've done some things I shouldn't have did. But I love who I am today.
But it don't even be about the children. It be about the decisions that we made.
Right. They ain't got nothing to do with the
kids.
kids.
Nothing to do with the kids. We just are not making the best decisions financially. The best decisions with picking friends. The best decisions on our job. We're not making the best decisions.
Little Mikey, if you weren't here, I would be friends with that one.
Right. Yeah. It really is just who you are as a person.
Oh my God, he's getting that look.
I'm letting y'all cook. Go ahead and cook.
We ain't cooking. We look.
This
dinner is served.
Yes.
This is what it's beautiful what you guys are saying.
Okay.
But you don't like it.
I don't dislike it. It's beautiful. It is It is heartwarming.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, no, go ahead. Get to yours. Try to tear it down.
It is warm. But this is where I kind of cringe almost in the internal being of oneself.
I can imagine. Does it feel like your stomach is tightening?
It's like, because I hear that all the time, right?
What?
That kids, thank God for my kids because they saved my life.
I don't say that.
I'm not saying you. Listen.
Okay.
You're saying essentially they help keep you grounded in a sense.
Okay, so go ahead with your point. Go ahead.
They help anchored you.
I don't feel like my children anchored me. I feel like my responsibility to my family anchored me.
That's the same thing.
Okay, so go ahead. What's your opinion? What's your point?
I think sometimes, I'm not saying y'all. I think I think you can rob yourself of the life that you dream or desire to live because of having a family or having kids too soon. The same way you're saying it helped you become the woman you are today, it's possible that you still could have became that same woman doing what it is that you may have loved doing. Okay, let me ask you this before I continue. What made you stop pursuing acting when you were pursuing it young?
When I was pursuing it younger, honestly, what stopped it was that I had a sign.
Okay, so let's pause there.
Yeah.
So do you think if you would have kept on going, where do you think your life would have been if you'd have kept pursuing acting?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what she just said.
I don't know.
She don't know. She kept saying she was so ambitious. She don't know what she would have done because in the acting world,
right. But I actually, again, on purpose because your I don't know has a negative connotation to it. From what I'm hearing, it's like I don't know what I would have been doing. I don't know how desperate I would have been.
Yeah,
but you also don't know how successful you may have been.
I'm not saying that success. I would not have acquired success. I would have acquired demise within myself.
Wait, hold up. Success. She's already successful. No, but you're talking about success in the world.
Yeah,
no, that's the kind of success you're talking about.
No, it's not. I'm talking about success pursuing what she wanted to do. I'm talking about since that was her dream at however old she was. what if she was successful going down that road? And instead of making a decision to have a kid, and you continue your way to Broadway, wherever you're trying to go, why can't it be, I could have been this, instead of it being a negative side to it?
Because I thought I said this. Because me having awareness of who I am now makes me even more aware of who I was then. And so I'm not saying I would not have acquired success as an actress. I'm saying to what measure would I have gone to attain that success? I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and say I would have been like, oh no, not me. I mean, mingling with the wrong people, hanging in the wrong crowds, doing the wrong things, accepting bad offers, I really don't know, because of the ambition and how hard it is to acquire that type of success. Right. I don't know. And I'm just being honest. And I'm saying that, and I also add, and I'm not like a person who out here just doing the most. I don't even do much. I only got a lot of friends. I basically always just stay home. But I do know that I wanted it bad enough. How bad was I going to? How far was I going to go to get it? I really don't know.
That's confusing, because how can you say?
She just said it.
No, listen. You wasn't even out there in the mix, crazy, like living a.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's a lot of people not out there in the mix living crazy, and when they go into this field, I want stardom, I want fame, I want to be successful. Then somebody say, well, okay, you got to do this X, Y, and Z. That's how some people get caught up, and they do X, Y, and Z.
And I was going out. I used to go every day.
I'm saying you keep dumbing it down and say I wasn't doing crazy. So what makes you think you do something crazy now that you are?
Because she just said she was so ambitious that if they would have said, well, you can be in this movie if you try this, if you do this. And I want this movie part so bad, maybe I would have tried this or tried. Let's go to the movie Sparkle, for instance. I know it's not a real, thing. But that girl was ambitious.
How she got on drugs?
Yeah. I mean,
they could have put something in my drink. I'm trusting somebody.
Maybe it's just me. Because to me, the doing something crazy part is having a kid. That, to me, that's the crazy. Well, I'm not saying you. I'm saying, like, before you even get a chance to.
What's a chance? So
can I say this, Ma? I don't feel like my chance was ever taken from me. My chance was never taken from me. I just chose to pursue my child over my dream. My child was now what was important to me. My chance. I told you I went to New York twice.
And then she found out that she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I do stuff. People tend to think that because you have children, you're in the house with your family. People would tell me all the time, Shannon, you just need a vacation. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to go nowhere without my children. If I'm gonna go somewhere, they need to come with me. I don't need to do. I don't need that. Just personally, I don't need that. So I don't think that my choice was taken from me. I think I chose. Now, I could have did a Taraji P. Henson and picked my son up and left. I could have did that. It's not like I didn't want to. I just chose not to.
This is what I mean by your choice is taken from you. Is that most of the time, I mean, like you said, you chose the family. Most people go in that direction.
What choose?
To choose. I got some little ones to take care of now. It's not about me. It's not about me no more.
Well, but life isn't about you anyway.
This is what I mean by that, Mom. If I'm single with no kids, my life right now is about me. Like, it is about me. Am I tripping?
You are, but yeah.
How?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like, a lot of my the friends that were single had that same thought process. It's like, because I can do whatever I want, and I can just go here and I can do there and do this. And it's like, that's the problem, because you're because you have so much time, it creates a selfishness within you. And then there's a lack of understanding with people who don't have that same freedom. So it's just like, so the point is this. It's not, we don't feel like we're enslaved. We just don't have the liberty to go and do spas every other day, and whatever they.
I'm not even talking about the recreational side of it. I'm talking about because to me, and it's just from my life where I am personally. I think not having a child right now is a luxury for me because I'm afforded the opportunity not to just go outside and be in the mix, but to actually pursue what it is I want to pursue without having somebody else to work without having an added responsibility.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I
but
agree
the ones
with
that chose a different path, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is sometimes that path, if I would have had a kid out of high school or in my 20s or whatever the case, I wouldn't marry. I just had a baby mother and a child. More than likely, I would be stuck. I would probably be just caught in what I call the rat race of America, just going to work, worrying about little man.
But how do you know that?
But why is that a problem?
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Okay,
that's why.
But you didn't do it. But how do you know? But how do you know that even if you would have had little man, how do you know you wouldn't have said, I want better for my son. I want to see something different for him, and I got all these gifts and talents, and I'm gonna go ahead and pursue my dreams. Because what stopped you for where you are now, your age where you are now? You had these dreams and goals years ago. It wasn't a little child that stopped you. It wasn't a little not having a little Johnny. You stopped for other reasons. You know, we all. No, stop. I'm not gonna let you do that. No. What?
I didn't. No.
What?
Everybody, time out. File on the play.
What?
I see what you just tried to do.
No, I'm not. I know. No, it's not what I'm trying to do. I'm saying, you're saying if you would have had little Johnny years ago, you had these goals and aspirations over for years now. And now you're finally plugged in and tuned in, and this was enough to do it.
Right. So imagine if I had little Mikey running around.
Okay, but if you had little Mikey running around, hold up. But where you're at now in life, if you had little Mikey running around now, you might look at him and say, you know what? I want better for you. I want you to have more because I know where I was at in the distractions that I had, and I want to grow and I want to do this, and that, so I can train you up in the way where you have this, and that too. So that you can have the knowledge and wisdom.
A part of that would be training and the teaching. I don't think it's automatically, okay, now I don't think that light bulb goes off where you say, all right, now I'm going to chase my network even harder. I'm going to chase comedy even harder.
Why are you chasing it? Just do it.
Stop.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, all right.
I don't think that bomb goes off and say, all right, now since Lil Man is here, I'm going to work twice as hard for my dreams to come true. For some people it does, some people it doesn't. But I'm saying sometimes that's the, and children are a blessing. Don't get me wrong here. But that's like all right, you know what? Part of providing the life that I don't want, that I have for myself, that I don't want you to have, is now teaching and training you. Not just still going after what I want to do.
Oh, you teach me, train them.
Right. That's it.
Well, if you don't want to do it, don't have no kids.
That's it.
I'm confused.
How?
I don't know what you would do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just don't have no kids.
Part of the life.
What do you want? Do you ever want to have a family?
When it's time.
Okay, I mean.
So you want to have this? She want to have this something. I'm 35. Because I'm saying
right. But you're 35? No, because this
no.
You're 35. Have a child when you're 60.
Listen. This is what I'm saying.
Because I asked them this. 70.
Go ahead, let him finish. I asked them this over the phone. What advice would you give What advice would you give y'all children?
As far as what?
When should you as far as the life they want to live, their dreams, their goals? When would you tell them, all right, go ahead and have a family?
I don't. What do you mean? When would I tell them to have a family?
Or to not? I don't know. When would you tell them to prioritize, start making a family?
I think what I tell my children is to prioritize God and His way. And so
at the end of the show, you're talking about Jesus Christ.
And listen,
she just answered the question. You want us to sit here and tell you?
I want her to.
Well, this is why it might say you want me to give you I can't give you like a rapid fire response.
Go to college, get your education, get a good job, save some money, get a house, find a man, or the man find you, get married.
No. I'll use Miki as an example because I'm like the girl's not in a relationship. Lil Josh isn't here. So with him, when he had a girlfriend, I would talk to him about, because they were seniors in high school. So I'm talking to him about the future and what he needs to do. If this is your girlfriend, do you consider being married to her? I asked him that kind of stuff, and he said, well, I haven't thought about that. Okay, well, these are the things that you need to think about, because you don't want to just be out dating and, just fooling around. You don't want to do that kind of stuff. So be focused on your education and building a career. If you're not marriage minded, So if he's not focused on marriage, I'm not like, all right, but I mean, you 27 now, what's going on? If that's not his focus, that's not his focus. But I still want him to know, if you're dating, don't forget to put God first, so that you won't get yourself caught up and you are a baby father. So that you aren't, having sex before marriage, you're not shacking up and all this stuff. That's the kind of stuff it's teaching them what I just didn't know. I'm just teaching them what I didn't know. And I just really feel like if you have that as your foundation, your relationships will be better.
I agree with you. I agree.
It's hard to agree. It is hard to agree when you don't.
When you don't practice that lifestyle.
Right. This is what okay.
But I'm not being shady. I'm being for real. Like it's hard when people used to say stuff like that and like talk me and look. Me and Josh got married so late because I never wanted to be married. I didn't value marriage. It wasn't him. It was me. So once you have an understanding of God's way, but that's when you're just being renewed. So I just see things differently. I just see things differently now.
So and this is an interesting conversation because I'm talking to two women about it, and I posed the same question to my male friends about what would you tell your kids about it, and you just gave me this. It was beautiful, I might add.
Oh, thank you.
What did they say?
I'm ready.
They gonna say what they say. What I'm gonna say.
Oh, what's that?
What
is prioritize what you want to do with your life first. Go after whatever it is you want to do. But if you decide to date along the way and have a girlfriend and make a baby, that's why I call it a roadblock. I mean, I call it a speed bump, not a roadblock.
But so you're not talking to them about the right way to do it?
What, God first?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't part of the conversation. We were just having a conversation.
No, I'm asking you. I'm not talking about them now. I'm talking about for you to be growing up in the church and you're being in the church.
Yeah, I'll tell you I mean, that's what I'm going to do. Find a wife and have a baby. Yeah, do it that way. But what I'm talking about is before you even do that, figure out what it is you want to do. Because even when you do that, that can still be a speed bump. That can still slow you down.
Having a family.
Having a family. Set yourself up for the life you want to live, and then add that on top of it.
Well, that's fine.
Because let me finish talking to my son, my future son.
Talk to your son. Go ahead,
if you out here just in the mixing and sexing and all of that stuff, and not focus, that lifestyle will birth a distraction. Whether it's birthing it by way of a child or any kind of added other stressors that you do not need on your road or on your path to success.
It will birth a baby. I mean,
it ain't gotta be a baby.
Okay, but
it ain't gotta be a baby.
Oh,
For me, it birthed drinking. Like drinking was a distraction.
Okay, with the distraction. However, so what I'm saying I forgot what I was gonna say.
I think what I just said was pick them gems up I just dropped.
What gem?
You
said what Shannon said.
I did not say what Shannon just said.
What did Shannon say? What did you say? You just said it differently.
All right.
But it's both of the things is the same, basically, all in one. You gonna give them the talk, but go out there and build your life first, and then find that. My question to you is, how long does it take to build your life?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
And that's good. And I was thinking that too. Like, isn't that the issue? You could take a long time to build this life that you want. And the fact that you think your family couldn't help you build it is the problem.
Wait, I didn't say that.
No, but
essentially that is what you're saying.
It's a distraction to have a family.
I said they could also be a speed bump too. Yes, they can.
Right, but why can't they?
That's why
they could be an accelerator.
Right.
Two, and with the third, which is the Lord, the three-stranded cord. I'm trying to pick.
I agree.
The three-stranded cord together, because if one fall, you have someone else to lift you up.
I agree. This is why I said you got to be with the right person and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that should have to be a caveat, but I agree. But right now, for me,
we know.
As for me in my house,
we know.
We're
It's
not
a distraction.
Serve, Mikey.
Yeah, we're not doing all that.
We know it's a distraction for you. And we thank God that you found out it's a distraction for you. So now
imagine if I'd had.
But you know what? Is that really the case? It's not that relationships are a distraction, or is it that you are in toxic relationships?
I think it could be a mixture of the two.
I think it's just the one.
No, I think it'd be a mixture.
I think it's just a strong shot glass.
I think it'd be a mixture of the two because
so you could be in a good relationship as a distraction.
Yes.
But you're doing too much.
Yeah, I agree.
It's because you're doing too much. Stop doing too much. Just enjoy the relationship and still do your thing. Well, just stay by. Just stay.
This is what
just,
I'm. No,
just stay by yourself since you know it's a distraction.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, you have to. A relationship is it's like a baby. You gotta. Oh, it's baby talk. Like you gotta nurture. You gotta.
Nothing's coming.
You gotta spend. You gotta spend time. You gotta exert energy into it. A relationship is just not cupcakes and rainbows 24/7.
I agree.
And all the energy I'm exerting to my relationship right now, I need to be exerting to something different.
But I really feel like you think that, Mikey, is because of the type of and I agree with you, but I think it's the type of relationships that we might find ourselves in. Like you said, you gotta exert all this energy. It's like these relationships are needing too much unnecessary energy put into it to make it stay afloat. So that's why picking the right mate, as you said, is very important. And if you don't pick the right person, get out of there. Stop trying to build up all this energy.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I don't think that. I wish that you would see.
No. What I'm saying is, the relationship ain't going nowhere. They will be there.
No, how do you know that?
I don't want to get into that conversation.
Oh, that's right. Because y'all can get women.
But women ain't going nowhere. Dating ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Dating ain't going nowhere. It's going to be there. Get you together first.
But let me ask you this question. Are you strong-willed enough to not be out and mixing while you're getting yourself together?
Yeah, I don't be in the mix now.
Okay.
I don't go out like that no more.
I don't go out like that.
Do you like have?
Yeah, but I guess
do you entertain women, and that's what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
Because if you were going to be doing that, you might as well find the right woman to settle in.
No, I ain't in that mix.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well.
So, Mikey, are we done?
Yeah.
With this topic? Since you still feel
the thought-provoking question I want to end with is, what do you want? I'm glad y'all think it's funny.
No, it's what all that?
What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want out of life?
Oh.
What is the life that you want to create for yourself?
That's a thought-provoking question.
And if you want a family, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a family. But what else do you want? Mm-hmm. Because you got to take care of that family, man. I mean, you got to be. And this is when I mean, I wanted to say this earlier. When I mean like I can't afford it, it's not just exerting my energy. It's the time.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's the
way of the world.
The practice of doing something different other than what it is I'm trying to accomplish. It's everything that goes into it. Mm-hmm. So. What is it that you want? Ask yourself that tonight when you get home. What do you want?
I'm already up in it, so I don't think I can reverse engineer my life. It's done.
And God's timing is I'll end with that. Mm-hmm. God knows best. So when it's your time, it's your time.
Mm-hmm. So. You know, about God's time. I just wonder. Sometimes I do think that when we say in God's time, is it like
in God's time?
But is that really so? Now, God exists outside of time, so He knows what's going to happen.
Right, but do we not pursue, and things could have, like I could have had this 5 years ago. I just didn't do the necessary things.
Like in God's time,
we say that, I'm not doing all I can. I'm not doing all I can do. So it's God's time, and He didn't die for me to be here yet.
Or was it just me as a person being stubborn, not making moves, and He just knows that I'm not going to I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change. He already knows
He's given us free will.
Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because while there is divine intervention, Mikey, like, you still talking?
Okay.
Well, there is divine intervention, right? We do have to remember that we have the free will. We can't always say God is doing something that we are choosing to let happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I agree.
Sense.
I agree.
And sidebar. I'm
sorry. No, well, because, and I'll end it with this, because we can't do whatever we want with our free will, do whatever we want with our free will and or our time, and expect God to redeem the time on the back end.
Is that so, though?
Well, you still don't have that much time.
Because we are. redeemed, and when we redeem, you feel like you didn't lose time.
Right, but I'm saying we can't mishandle our time and then just say, well, God will make it up for us.
Got you.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying.
God will make it up. That's what I'm throwing on him. He's gonna handle it. Yeah.
Right.
So speaking of God.
What?
Nothing. Life is long, but it's also whatever. Living life is the shortest thing you'll do in the longest amount of time, and you only get one. So whatever your dreams, goals, desires are, go out there and get the job done. And remember, His name is Jesus Christ and not Tom Cruise, because there's no such thing as Mission Impossible, because we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. I am Mike Banks. This is my mom. That was Shannon, and we'll see you next time on the Mike and His Mom Show.
Hey, we're gonna have a good day.